As we mentioned, can you believe Easter is this Sunday? And to help you plan your feast, we are going to get started in our Stone Creek kitchen this morning with Chef Tiffany Nagel from Chilada's Phoenix to share with us some simple Easter dishes that are probably a little bit unexpected. We're not talking the traditional ham and, you know, mashed potatoes and whatever else the traditional is.
We like to show you things that you can actually make at home, you know?
Right.
So we were doing some simple things that...
Well, slide down this way and show me some of your ingredients.
Okay, well, today we're doing a tortellini pasta salad, and we're going to do our homemade chips and salsa.
Okay.
And then we're going to do cured bacon, and we'll do several different types.
Well, let's get started with the first thing.
Okay, let's do the Southwestern tortellini salad.
So this is basically, I'm going to sneeze. Okay, maybe I'm not. It happens like 3 times in your professional career, and that was number 3. This is, you've already kind of
we did prepare the tortellini. We start with fresh tortellini, obviously, and you're just going to want to boil it. Obviously, when it gets al dente, we've all heard that expression. So when it gets nice and supple, you're going to want to just take it, take it out of the boiling pot.
Did you put a little oil on it?
I did, I did. And that's just to get it from sticking, you don't want it to stick together.
Okay.
So that's what the oil, if you look at the recipe, there's a little bit of oil on there.
All right.
So we're going to take the tortellini.
I love tortellini, by the way.
So do I. And you can do whatever type of tortellini you want. What we do is we use a cheese tortellini, but obviously there's ham-stuffed tortellinis, all different types that you can make.
I don't even think I knew that they had such a thing.
Yeah.
Now, what's this going to make this Southwestern?
Okay, well, obviously the ingredients that we're using, okay? And this is just one of the things that we feature on our Easter buffet, which we do a really large spread. So I don't know if you're familiar with the restaurant. I heard that you live close by.
You're in Phoenix, right?
Yeah, 16th Street in between Northern and Glendale.
Well, only as close as like Southeast Chandler's.
Oh, so not very, not very.
No, but I have heard. You know what? I think you're thinking of our producer.
Okay.
Now that I think about that.
Well, we do a very traditional American breakfast as well as some Southwestern infused things. And so what we're going to show you today is some of the Southwestern infused things that we do.
Well, we've got looks like we've got bell peppers. We've
red
got
bell peppers. Yep.
Green bell peppers. We've got some onions. We've got some olives. Looks like we have some. What else is over here?
Onion. We've got jalapenos, which obviously is going to spice things up a bit.
Well, let's throw some of those ingredients in.
I was going to say we're gonna do something really simple right now. So we're going to start with our tortellini, and then we're going to have our chopped green peppers. Okay.
So you've been around, like, not you personally, but your restaurant's been around for, what, 100 years?
Yeah, we're actually celebrating our centennial for Arizona this year. Okay. And so we're 100 years old, so it's Arizona's birthday. And we're a great place to come celebrate because you actually, we've been there for longer than Arizona's been a state, and we're right at the base of Squaw Peak Mountain. So often people come straight to us after we, thank you very much.
Oh, no problem. I'm trying to be your suit here.
People come straight to us after they get done hiking Squaw Peak.
Oh, okay.
So we're going to mix the tortellini with all the fresh ingredients, and then we're going to add a little bit.
Is this other stuff going in?
This is actually going to be for the salsa that we do in just a little bit.
And that's ranch?
This is ranch dressing. All right. So you want to be my sous chef and help me toss it up?
Toss it around. I guess I can slide in.
Now, I went to culinary school in France, okay? Wow. So the French are always talking about you taste, you taste, you taste, you taste, and you get fat, okay? So one of the big things when anytime that you're cooking, especially when you're working with salt and pepper and just very, very basic ingredients, you want to keep tasting your product. Okay. And what happens with a lot of people is, you'll be reading a recipe and you'll go down and you'll see, oh, salt and pepper, or, we've got a 1/4 tablespoon, we've got, these different ingredients. Sure. When it comes to your seasonings, especially the basic seasonings, you really want to just go a little bit at a time, okay? So you don't always want to follow your recipe to the T on those. So you really want to do things to taste. So you start with just a little bit of salt, and you mix it, and you really do actually take a little taster. Okay.
We'll taste away then. And then I was going to ask, so is any of this stuff going in
These are actually, this is what we're using to cure the bacon a little bit later. And like I said, we're hoping to do some very, very simple things that you can do.
You could do at home.
At home.
All right, well, so try a little bit of that, see if we need more salt. And then what I'm going to do is we're gonna. What does it need? Anything?
Tastes great.
It's perfect.
Tastes great.
And so we're done. How easy
We're
is that?
done
You
with the
chill it.
tortellini pasta.
The longer that you would kind of keep it, the more flavor that's infused, or the soggier it gets.
No. If you cook the pasta right, which is a very simple thing to do, you can actually put this in the refrigerator and you can keep it for a few days.
Very good. Okay.